I hate this trellis. It's lightweight, inexpensive, lasts forever, can be moved fairly easily, will support all kinds of weight, and will last probably for as long as you need it to. Why do I hate it? I'll tell you. So David the Good is my real honest to goodness biological brother. And he's the one that I learned how to make this trellis from. That's why I hate it. Good old-fashioned sibling rivalry. You think that would change when you got into your 40s? No. I wish I'd have thought of it. But it's a really good idea. So I'm gonna take it and use it. All you need are some T-posts and a cattle panel or a hog panel, depending on how tall you need your trellis to be. You can also use bits of rebar if you have those laying around instead of T-posts, which I do, because I took them out of our world's cheapest chicken coop because everyone on the internet chastised me for even remotely suggesting that a chicken could roost on rebar. So let's assemble our materials. We'll show you our garden. You're gonna love it. While we wait for the lovely Mrs. Flannel to get back to help us, we have our hog panel, 3 pieces of rebar, hammer. And I like to use, this is just wire from fencing that we've taken down from other things. Now, if the hog panel or cattle panel is too much for you to handle, because they come in like 16-foot sections, I believe they come in 12-foot lengths, but if even that is too much, you can get a roll of the stiffer like animal fencing, and you can cut that into the lengths. It's bent, so you need to unbend it and kind of straighten it out. I don't like that as much because it's not as stiff as the hog or cattle panel, but it will work if you don't need a 16-foot length or whatever. Much better. So we went ahead and did one of those things that we just mentioned. This is more of a heavy-duty chicken wire. I think it's 2x3 opening, 3 posts. It'll work just fine to get the tomatoes to hold to it. A little easier to handle, easier to cut, easier to transport. For those of you that think that won't work as any sort of trellis, we're using literal poultry netting, the cheap flimsy stuff you get that is not really good to keep predators out. It's good to keep chickens in, and it is the trellis, and we have an 11-foot span between our T-posts, and it's holding up just fine. So this is our tomato bed that you can see they're starting to get out of control. They need to be trellised. And we have the smaller ones over here. You'll remember the strawberry bed we planted from Johnny's is doing great. We even have a strawberry. Look at the strawberry. Sweet potatoes are doing well. Potatoes are doing well. It's just a gorgeous garden. The sweet peas all up along the fence line. Are looking great. Even got some sweet peas. Watermelon's growing. Squash is getting big. This is our heritage variety broccoli that we've already been harvesting. The stalks on those are actually quite tasty compared to store-bought. It almost has a popcorn-y kind of flavor. But lettuce is up. Look at these peas, man. They just went nuts. We've used the edge of the garden as a trellis, as you can see. But tomatoes need trellis. So make sure you grab your Proverbs 31 woman. Not literally. I mean, you got to put trellises up. Go ahead. Oh. Don't crush your tomatoes.
On the tomato.
Still on the tomato.
Don't break it.
I think I did.
You broke it.
A little. That's fine. You still have... Look at that. It's like we did it on purpose.
Oh, yeah, you did.
I know. I see it.
You ding dong. It had tomatoes on it, too.
It'll live. Probably. Just need surgery.
Oh, well.
This is why I'm not allowed in the garden. I am pre-garden building, not during gardening.
You're allowed to pull grass.
You big ape.
You big ape.
snorting and grunting and snapping tomatoes.
I wonder if I can keep it. And if it would heal like a tree branch sometimes will.
Yeah. Follow the adventure of the broken tomato here at Flannel Farms. Just because you're broken doesn't mean you're not useful. Look at our tomato plant. Do you want a middle one to keep it from?
Yes.
Boom, trellis done. That's it. Woohoo! Now what the knot ape is going to do is take string and pull the tomatoes to the trellis in the middle. You don't actually have to have the big basket or, you know, wrap everything in wire. If we had a couple more of these and we were inclined, you could put them on the other side and you could actually run 3 trellises and have them all in the middle and have everything be great. But that's expensive and we don't like to spend money. So we're going to use the old string option, as the lovely Mrs. Flannel will demonstrate. All we're trying to do is keep them off the walkway, keep the tomatoes off the ground. So we've tied it here, and just loop around, put some tension on the plant, loop around, tension on the plant, loop around, tension on the plant, and as you can see, it's pulled them right up off the ground. You might add a second one up near the top if they're a little taller, but that's it. Now doing it this way, without tying each individual one, means you run the risk that if the string breaks, all your tomatoes will fall. Oh no! But we like to live dangerously here, so it's gonna work or it's not. Survive or die. Some of ours just didn't do well.
Failure to launch.
Look, here's an example on the internet of something that's not perfect. Wow.
All started at the same time.
Yep. And these were all direct sow?
No.
No.
These are all seed. Everything's seed block.
These were all
unless
seed
it's
block.
a bean.
Which look amazing.
Oh, I do.
All seed blocked. And our garden is a mixture of compost, mulch, and horse manure. And we're fairly certain where everything went crazy, it was planted pretty much directly in either a pile of compost or the horse manure. You can see over here our tomatoes just aren't doing as well.
That's also a different variety. So.
What variety is it?
Those are sweeties. So the little cherry tomatoes. These are plum tomatoes. So part of that I think is the plant looks different, but they are not as bushy. And actually I think I started those a little bit after these because I don't want everything coming in at one time. I learned that last year.
With everything coming in at once?
Yeah.
Holy cow, we were processing stuff all the time.
A little crazy. So if you plan better, the growing season can be more enjoyable, I think.
For those of you that have been watching us for the year and a half or so that we've been out here, this year has been significantly less stressful.
Oh yeah.
We have put systems in place last year that are bearing fruit this year, as it were. The garden area in the woods has done much better than the garden area did up front. It's just been better. Everything has been better. We learned a whole boatload of lessons last year, and they are coming to fruition this year.
Yeah. It's good.
Well, there you go. Trellis, done. Thanks a lot, David the Good. I appreciate it a lot. You're very smart and no gardening things. Please hit that like button. Keep growing as you grow. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time here at Flannel Farms. Bye.